There we go, wrapping up the harvest for today. We got good solid amount of green beans here. Nice amount of basil. Go weigh it, log it, and it's gonna go on our log. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Great Garden Challenge, where I'm taking this 15 by 20 foot garden space behind me and we're seeing how much dollar value worth of food we can grow through the entire season. It's been a lot of fun, and if you missed last week's video, you're not going to want to miss it. So there's a link down in the description below. You can go back and see everything that happened last week. In fact, my determinate trellis actually fell over. We had to pull it up with some new twine and all of that. So if you missed it, go check that out. Otherwise, let's talk about what happened this week in the garden. This week was a pretty quick week. Actually, it was last week because I was gone for much of last week on a trip. And so I'm just catching up now, and I'm gonna share with you what happened. So the beginning of last week, I came out to the garden and we did a big harvest. All right, here we are back out in the garden. It's another week and we've got produce to harvest. Check this out. This basil has gone bonkers. We need to harvest it. Hey, little friend. Let's get this spider out of here. Harvest basil. This baby greens has been doing really good by the basil here. The auroch here, I think, actually needs a bit more water. But look at this baby lettuce under here. It's looking really good. And we've got a mother load of tomatoes here as well, with more tomatoes, the determinants on the other side. We had a large harvest of tomatoes. We had a lot of our regular tomatoes, as well as some cherry tomatoes. I really need to get a pretty harvest basket, but as you can see, we've got a really nice, decent size harvest of tomatoes here and cherry tomatoes. We also did a nice, good size harvest of basil. That's basil that we have been harvesting over this whole season. And we have another video in this series on how you can harvest basil throughout your entire season long and keep it from going to seed. So, and then in addition to the basil, we also harvested green beans. And now I want to take a quick minute to congratulate Ruth Sosa for winning our giveaway from last week of the trellis netting. I hope that this works great for you and that you're able to use it to trellis up your crops in your garden. And for anyone who comments down on the video this week, guess what? We have another giveaway. This time we're giving away a harvest knife from the Seedtime Store. So just leave a comment down about anything in this video. We love hearing from you, and you'll be entered to win this harvest knife. Okay, green beans, here we come. And I think my days are numbered for the easy pickings hanging down from the top here. Starting to have to do a little bit more vine searching, I'm afraid, to get these green beans at the optimal time here. But hey, we got lots coming on. This is great. So we had a really nice harvest at the beginning of the week. Also came out and took a look around our garden, saw how everything was doing. We have a little bit more blight issues on our indeterminate tomatoes that are going up and over the trellis. So we're gonna be working on that, but it looks like things are holding off from getting really bad. Okay, I'm back out in the garden here. I've got some lettuce that we need to transplant, and I'm noticing a bit more blight on the tomatoes here. You can see this blight. And so I need to find that baking soda that I ordered. I ordered some and I haven't seen it. I don't know where it is, because I should be spraying these leaves with it, as well as the other nutrients and stuff. And then earlier on in the week, we came out and transplanted a whole tray of lettuce that we had that needed to go out in the garden as well. Coming down here to the lettuces. We've got this lettuce to harvest. You can see this lettuce over here. It is just kind of grown way tall, sprouted way up. I'm curious though if it's bitter. I'm gonna taste it. You know what? The amazing thing is it's really not that bitter at all. Yeah. So we're gonna harvest this lettuce out. We've got this other lettuce to transplant in. Let's do this. So took out some of the lettuce that had actually kind of bolted, as it were. It didn't actually completely bolt and go to seed, but the lettuce has been growing really tall on the stalk. Amazingly, it has not gone bitter. And so we've been being able to harvest and continue to enjoy the lettuce. But we harvested a bunch out. We transplanted my tray of lettuce in. I'm still a little behind on getting some more fall crops going here, which is critical. I need to be looking at actually probably purchasing some transplants for some of them, because I have not gotten them seeded early enough. And then another really neat thing that we did is we took some of our harvest of tomatoes and green beans and took them to one of our neighbors. And I don't have a video of that, but we can throw up a picture here of our little gift basket that we put together with the tomatoes and the green beans. And that was really neat. Got to meet our neighbor, talk to her for a nice little bit of time. She has some amazing hummingbird feeders all over her yard, which is really, really cool. And she really enjoyed receiving the produce as well. So that's just really neat when you can take your garden and be a blessing to other people. So don't just use it for yourself, go share the abundance with your neighbors and with your family and with your friends. And this is a great little time to note, if you want to be a blessing to other people at the same time as watching this series, we're hosting a fundraiser during this whole series. And the funds are going to an organization called Farm Stew that helps lift families out of poverty into an abundant life. So if you'd like to be a part of that, there's a link down in the description below. You can go drop down there, check that out, and a huge thank you to everyone who has already donated to that. We have a goal to lift 100 families out of poverty and into an abundant life together. So go check that out down below. And while you're at it, like, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon so that you get notified of future updates. So like I said last week, after doing these little harvests at the beginning of the week, I ended up leaving to go to a conference that I was speaking at, was gone all the rest of the week, came back the beginning of this week, and now we're back here. So that brings us to a wrap for the week. I know it's a smaller update this week, but hopefully you still enjoy seeing the progress as we go through this entire season. And we'll be back again next week with another update from the garden as we start moving and transitioning everything into the fall season. It's the middle of the summer, but you got to get those fall crops in the heat of the summer so that they're ready and mature by the time fall sets in. So, hey, thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.